Thinking about moving to a new state? Don't make a move until you watch this video. From packing tips to finding the perfect home, I've got the ultimate checklist to make your relocation stress-free and successful. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebecca Arscott, your go-to for all things real estate here in New Mexico. So today we are going to be jumping into a very important topic for anyone who's planning a really big move. If you're thinking about relocating to New Mexico, or maybe you're looking to relocate to another state, I've got you covered. First things first, you gotta do your research. Research and planning is going to benefit you so much during this process. Here are a few things that you're gonna wanna look for. The cost of living, the job market, climate, and lifestyle. The next thing that you're gonna wanna make sure that you look out for are local amenities like schools, healthcare facilities, churches, and recreational activities. Number 2, you want to visit the area. If it's possible for you to make a trip, you're definitely gonna wanna check out the area that you're gonna be moving to. This will allow you to get a feel of the state, of the people, and even the pace. One of the things that I've noticed a lot about people who move to New Mexico, especially if you're moving from a big city, is the pace here is a lot slower than it is in, say, Houston, Texas, or New York, or Dallas, or Seattle, or any other big city that's out there. Los Angeles, for instance. When people come to New Mexico, they're like, wow, it's a lot slower here. I get that. I'm actually originally from Houston, Texas, but I moved here when I was in high school and I've been here ever since. So I've pretty much been here forever. I'm not giving away my age, but I have been here a very long time. I'm pretty much a transplant at this point, and I consider myself a New Mexican because, well, this is where I live, this is where my roots are now, and I've always come to visit, even when I was growing up, because my family was here. So fortunately for me, I kind of had an idea what life was going to be like. But you definitely want to know that because it could be a huge culture shock for you if you're expecting something completely different. Now, I know that there are some cases where maybe you are relocating for a job and you don't really have a choice of where you're going to be living. So it is a good idea to check out channels like myself and other channels that are going to be highlighting the features and the amenities and the culture and the pace. So I will make sure to link in the description some of my videos that are specific to New Mexico so you can get a feel if you are moving here. Number 3, create a moving budget. Estimate moving costs, including hiring movers, transportation, and housing costs. And when I say housing costs, I'm talking about temporary housing. You may be moving somewhere and you still have to look for a house and maybe you haven't yet found one. So you're going to need somewhere to stay in the meantime until you find that house that you plan on purchasing. Another thing you're going to want to make sure you factor in are expenses of setting up your new home. If you're going to have to furnish your new place, you definitely want to make sure that you set aside a budget to make sure that you're going to have enough to cover your furniture and your basic living necessities. Creating a budget is going to help you stay on track, but it's also going to give you peace of mind that you have all of your bases covered and that there's nothing unexpected that might come up. You definitely don't want to run into financial surprises, especially when you're doing such a big move. You want to make sure that you have enough to cover all of your basic needs. I've created a comprehensive relocation guide just for you, and it's completely free. Make sure to go ahead and visit the description, and I have it linked there. Click on it and get your free download today. This is going to help you navigate the relocating process. I've also included not just tips, but checklists that you can use as well. That way you make sure that nothing falls through the cracks and you're best prepared to go on your new journey. Next up on our list is finding a new home. Here are some tips to make this part of the process much easier for you. Number 1, work with a real estate agent. A local agent to the area is going to give you the best information regarding what's around. After all, that's our job, and that's also something that's going to definitely benefit you coming into a place that you do not know anything about. They will make sure that they find you the perfect home, and that way you're not going to be in temporary housing for unnecessary extended periods of time. Number 2, 2 is house hunting. Once you find your perfect realtor for the destination you're going to be moving to, you want to start house hunting, and you definitely want to do this right away. First, before you start house hunting, you want to make a list of all of your must-haves. This is going to be your non-negotiables that you absolutely need in your house. You want to have a list of your must-haves, and then after you create that list, you can create a list of nice to have. So if you're doing it on your own, you're definitely going to want to rely on using your online resources. That way you can look at listings, you can schedule property tours, virtual tours, whatever it is that's available to you. Luckily, we live in 2024 and information is pretty accessible. However, if you're working with a real estate agent, then you contact your real estate agent and they will be doing the research and finding you the home that's going to fit your needs. You definitely want to make sure that you utilize this resource and ask your real estate agent, whoever it is that you're working with, if they can do a virtual tour for you. Number 3 is understanding the market. You want to make sure that you're researching the housing market trend. That way you can make sure that you're making informed decisions. Okay, so when you think that you have found your perfect home, it's time to prepare for a move. The first thing that you want to do is declutter and donate. Go through your belongings and decide what you're going to keep and what you can get rid of. The less that you have to move, the easier it's going to be for you. The next thing that you want to make sure you're doing is packing efficiently. You want to use quality packing materials, and you also want to make sure that everything is labeled clearly. A little side tip for you is you can always take a photo of what is in the box, print it out, slap that baby on top of the box, and you will actually know what is in the box. Hire movers or rent a truck. You also want to make sure that you find out from your job, if you're relocating for a job, if they have these services provided or if that's something that they would cover. Next on our list, guys, is handling the logistics. Number 1, you want to update your address. This step might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how this step gets overlooked when you are in the middle of everything else that comes with moving. The next thing that you're going to want to do is transfer your utilities. I would recommend that you get everything set up so that way when you move into your new home, you have electricity, you have gas, you have water, you have whatever it is that you need. So you're not going into a home that doesn't have any of these things going. Number 3 is register your vehicle. That's right, guys. When you move to a new estate, it's time to update that registration and your driver's license. I just want to give you guys a little bonus. So we got this far, which was how to prepare for your move. Now it's time to get settled in. The first thing that you want to do is unpack and organize. I always recommend that you start setting up your bedroom first. When you set up your bedroom first, this will give you a place to go to after a long day of organizing, of cleaning, of moving boxes and tearing down boxes. You want to be able to get a good, peaceful night's rest. So that's the reason I recommend making sure that your bedroom is the first place that's set up. Another great thing too is when you are unpacking your bedroom and you're taking your clothes out and you're hanging them up in your closet, you know where those things are, because I cannot tell you how many times that I've had to move and I don't know where any of my clothes are. But when you have a job that you have to still go to, you need to know where your clothes are. So those are also big essential things that you want to set up first. Make sure you hit the key areas first. You start in your bedroom, your bathroom, and your kitchen. Those should be your top 3 priorities when unpacking after a big move. I hope this ultimate checklist was helpful to you. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.